First up was Labor Department Chief Economist Gary Hiles, who said the pandemic-led collapse in tourism saw a corresponding plunge in the gross domestic product, a measure of the total goods and services produced.
While it's the largest GDP decrease I've ever seen for Guam, it's also much smaller than could have been expected. The fact that it only decreased 11.9% is pretty impressive because of the aggressive federal stimulus, both monetary and fiscal, that mitigated much of what otherwise would have been a decline in the economy that may have been 3 times as large.
The federal government poured in an unprecedented $5 billion in direct aid and grant funding in FY 2021, 5 times its historic annual aid. But in contrast, the tourism industry, which accounts for at least a third of the economy, the recovery will still likely be a slow and uncertain one. GVB Vice President Jerry Perez.
The feedback we've been getting from the industry, which tends to be a little bit more optimistic or quite a bit aggressive in their marketing, they're forecasting like 200,000 visitors. We believe, however, just among management, that the figure of 115 to 120,000 might be a more realistic estimate optimistically.
That's still a far cry from the record 1.5 million tourists before the pandemic. But there are some bright spots. Congress passed an historic $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, and along with the military buildup, construction is one of the few industries that can help prop up our economy. Public Works Director Vince Arreola presented an extensive list of planned road and infrastructure construction.
Right now, we've these projects alone, we pegged at about $475 million. As we move and as the monies come in from the federal government and from grants that we've applied for, that number is just going to increase. And we believe FY 2022 and calendar year 2022 is going to be really big for construction here in Guam.
But moderator and GITA Board Chairman David John says the pandemic is proving once again that we need more than a pair of drivers for the economy.
What is different this time around is, one, the urgency to diversify. I think we've all seen that tourism is a wonderful industry to have for our economy, provides a nice lifestyle for you and I, but it's, when we only have 2 legs to the stool, we're really putting ourselves in positions to have situations where our economy can go south in a hurry.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Licanto.